Hello everybody! How are you all doing today? It's November the 23rd, a beautiful Friday here in Rome, Italy. And we're gonna do a technical analysis on Bitcoin! I'm feeling fantastic today, guys. Today, my plans, go to the Vatican City. It's gonna be pretty cool. Last night, we went to go see the Colosseum, and it was probably one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. And right now, I'm feeling pretty good, guys. You guys know what they say about dojis? I don't know. What do they say? I was hoping you guys knew. So guys, I'm gonna tell you guys my thoughts on the market right now and why I think there might be an uptrend. Keyword, might, okay? So let's get into this technical analysis. It's very difficult to do an Elliott Wave TA right now. This is a really good song, right guys? Yeah, I love this song so much. This is by Igor Krasinokov. If you guys know who he is, he's an incredibly talented fingerstylist. And as you guys know, I love to play guitar. One of my favorite guys. He's amazing with like Sunha Jung as well. I'd kill to see this guy along with like Tommy Emmanuel as well. So anyways, let's take a look at this guy. Let's go first of all to the weekly and see how the weekly is, actually the monthly, and see how this monthly is trending. We still have an incredibly bearish candle, of course, as expected. Month has about 7 days left to go. Let's go to a weekly candle as well and see how this guy is trending. Let's go, guys. Yeah, right here, okay? Right here, guys. I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now, it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. While I can't fight, as long as the wrong feels right. It's like I'm in flight, high off of love, drunk from my hate. It's like I'm huffing paint and I love it. The more I suffer, I suffocate. Guys, if I don't become a successful technical analyst or day trader, I think I'm going to take up rapping. I'm going to be the next Asian sensation in the rapping industry in North America. What do you guys think, huh? Pretty good? I'm just joking, guys. Calm down, okay? Calm down. You guys are getting a little bit excited. Check out my morning cup of coffee. You guys can see why I'm a little bit wired today, right? Gotta start off your day with coffee every day. I need that stimulation. So guys, this is why I personally believe that we're going to get some sort of bounce and a very good reaction that's going to test a key and pivotal point here in the market. We gotta acknowledge this massive trend line, right? Or this support at the 200 moving average. I think a lot of heavy investors could potentially move into here. I'm not investors as in institutions, but bigger players in the market, right? Who have millions of dollars to trade. Not like you and I, where we're trading with tens of thousands of dollars only, right? We're nothing but minnows when you think about this game in general, right? There's sharks out there, there's whales out there that trade with hundreds to quarters to half to three quarters to millions of dollars to tens of millions where they're accumulating. And we're nothing but minnows that's following the trend. And all we can do is try to catch it as it rolls over, right? So we have to understand, you know, let's talk about it from an economical factor as well, which I don't really get into it too much fundamentally. As you guys know, I'm 100% pure technical analyst, and I don't involve fundamentals too much, but I really do believe that this is the year, and also next year is a year of regulatory control. We have to understand why institutions don't want to move into this current market right now, right? If you guys know who Tom Lee is, right? He's the right now he's he was the former vice president for JP Morgan, and right now he's an advisor for many large corporations. He is quite bullish on Bitcoin right now, okay? Let's see if I can actually find this article for you guys. Right here, okay? He believes that you guys should check out this article as well. Make sure you're catching up on fundamental news. He believes that by the end of the year, it could still reach about $15,000. So Tom Lee is a Fundstrat global advisor, and he adopts blockchain technology quite heavily right now, and he invests on behalf of investors, right? So he's quite bullish on Bitcoin to 15,000, and just to summarize it quickly, he believes as well as I do that it's the year of regulatory control, or regulatory control. I can't say that word right now. And we have to understand why big institutions are not moving into this current market right now. It's just unsafe right now. And I think with more regulation, we can weed out scams in particular, such as ICOs. We're gonna see tons of ICOs come and go, but I'm really glad that 2018 was the year where we started to weed out all this fraudulent activity that was happening. What I associate ICOs with is the early stages of penny stocks, where it was a get-rich scheme. and the people that were shilling, the initial investors who are starting up the ICO or the coin in general or the blockchain, they're the ones that are ultimately benefiting the most. And what we see is that the CEO of XYZ ICO, they end up crashing the market with their low cap coin, and they're moving to an island, right? So I just can't help but believe that this is a very positive thing that's happening in cryptocurrency in general. And I do believe that blockchain is here to stay, right? We have to stay incredibly bullish long term. If we don't stay bullish long term, we shouldn't be in this crypto space in general. And like I always say, that I know a lot of you guys were brought into this market because you've seen how bullish it was in December, how bearish it was in January for Bitcoin, but how bullish, for example, Ripple was. We're talking about coins like Omizi Go that went from 50 cents to $14, IOTA that went from 33 cents to $6.60, EOS that went from a quarter or 50 cents before the breakout to like $14. We're talking about Ripple that went from a quarter to $3.30 as well. Right? So we're seeing tons of coins right now that are just skyrocketing, that have major fundamental impacts on the economy, and especially in some countries like Omizi Go in Thailand, right? So Omizi Go is a fairly accepted payment system in Thailand right now, and it's just one of the small examples that I'm giving to see a coin that has done 1,000%, right? Some coins have done even way more than that. I mean, if you think of a coin doing 1,000%, okay? Think of a coin, guys, doing 1,000%. So we're talking about adding a few zeros to a $1,000 investment can turn it to $10,000. $10,000 would have turned it to literally $100,000. And I know that a lot of you guys have caught that initial wave, and a lot of you guys have missed it, but you're now aware of it, and that's what brought you into the game. And I think that if you guys can survive this bearish market that is to come in the next few weeks, maybe not exactly today, right? But maybe we're going to get a slight bounce first and then come down. I think you guys are going to be very successful in the market if you can persevere through these hard times. I think what defines a trader is not the profits that they make, but the profits that they can protect, right? I always say that a trader is nothing without his most valuable asset. And what is his or her most valuable asset? That would be capital, right? I always say we got to learn how to protect and preserve before we can actually grow our capital. And we have to understand that everybody's going to start off from a very small amount. And because they're starting off with a small amount, use this time in this bearish market to obtain these valuable skills that would not be otherwise obtained. And keep in mind that playing a large position size, such as you guys have seen me play up to, I think the biggest I've played publicly was about 200,000, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I played about 200K, and you guys cannot say, oh, if I had that kind of money, I would be able to make a lot of money as well, like you when you're scalping. No, don't think of it like that. You got to think of it from, you got to earn the privilege to play with that large of a position size, because playing a large position size is not a privilege of wealth. Once again, I'm going to repeat what I'm saying. Playing with a large position size is not a privilege of wealth. It is a privilege of hard-earned skills that you've obtained in the market. And now you have the right, you have the comfort to play these larger position sizes. You can't just be thrown in a dungeon. You can't be just thrown to the wolves and think that, oh, okay, I can fend for myself. It's not like that, guys. You gotta have these abilities to survive. And like I always say, tactical analysis is pretty much like, or trading in the market in general, is like obtaining a lot of different skills. You have a vast, diverse set of skills. It could be ranging from 100 different strategies to 50 strategies, but you are familiar with the different aspects of trading from a technical level. And then it's like an Asian ninja. Think of an Asian ninja. He's got a shuriken, he's got a sword, he's got nunchucks, he's got sais, but some weapons are better utilized in different situations, right? It's kind of like a video game if you guys play as well. Some guns, for example, in Call of Duty or Half-Life or anything like that, Counter-Strike, it might be better utilized at different times, right? Or different abilities in the game. It's just like anything else in life. We try to obtain these skills, and some of them will be much better used than other times, right? Or than other ones. So on the weekly chart, guys, we're at the 200 moving average, and I believe we're gonna get a reaction. How could we possibly just break down out of here without any sort of reaction whatsoever? If we look, for example, here on the 55 moving average, what we're seeing very clearly is that the February 6th downtrend, bam, bounce off of the 55 EMA. Here we broke slightly below it, but we end up getting like it's sort of an inverted hammer right there. Bam, we end up bouncing right off of it. We tried to bounce off of here, but the third time, no dice. We end up breaking above the 55 EMA. Bam, we break above it, closed above it as well. Thought that we would be bullish, but unfortunately this bearish engulfing candle actually came down, crashing on us, right? And then now, are we going to assume that we're not going to have any type of support at the 200 moving average? No, 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 guys. There's going to be a reaction on it, okay? I would bet my entire life savings on Bitcoin. Okay, I take that back. I take that back. I'm just joking. Don't hold me to that, guys. You guys are not getting my Bitcoin, okay? The only person who's going to get my Bitcoin is my dog Luna, okay? Because she's earned it. You guys probably miss Luna quite a bit, right? Yeah. Hey, I have good news for you guys, all right? I'm actually going to most likely go back to my hometown, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, for the holiday season. For a few reasons. It's mainly to see family and friends, and yeah, I think it's going to be good for me. And then my plans are to leave again very, very early January to Southeastern Asia, and I think I want to travel a little bit as well and just see my home country, where I'm from is Laos, right? That would be kind of cool. Anyways, I always like to keep you guys up to date with my plans, but it doesn't matter where I am in the world. I'm always going to focus on, one, educating you guys, because I believe that the best part of life in general is learning something and then passing on what you know, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm above or below you guys. I think people are always on the same level in terms of, earning respect or deserving respect. But in terms of skill-wise, I feel I've had a tremendous amount of good fortune and luck, and I'm very grateful for what I have in life, and for what crypto has done for me as well in terms of how it changed my life. And I genuinely and sincerely want to see a lot of people succeed in this manner as well. And like I always say to people, that an employer is or salary is nothing but a bribe so you can forget about your dreams, right? It's one of my favorite sayings. Another one is the harder you guys work, the nicer of a car your boss will actually get. It's kind of how it is. And I think that life is about valuing your time, spending it with the people that you absolutely love and adore and cherish, and just not seizing the moment, but letting the moment seize you. And I think ultimately in life, what we want to pursue is a life of freedom where we can value our time and spend it on other things that are more important, right? And that's what crypto can do. That's what hard work can do. That's what working smart is about. I don't believe in working hard, guys. I believe in working extremely smart. And that's why I was such a bad student. I was such a bad student because I believed in shortcuts, because I hated answering to somebody. Can you guys imagine? Just like one of my pet peeves in life is, for example, waking up for work. Okay, now I'm not saying don't get me wrong. I never look down on people, and you guys know that, right? I'm talking about it from my perspective only. That what I hated about work was when I was late, especially when I was 5-10 minutes late, and you go to work with this overwhelming anxiety of, am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to be reprimanded? Am I going to be disliked? And it's such an uncomfortable feeling of anxiety. But more importantly, it's almost like you're surrendering your freedom, right? And you're allowing an employer or someone else to dictate how you can actually feel. And to me, that's such an unsatisfying feeling. And that's what crypto can do. It can alleviate you from the burdens of modern day society, and you don't have to answer to anybody. You guys have seen many times where I just don't give a crap about what people think, and I just focus on myself and being happy. I can sit around in my underwear and trade from home. I can go to Rome, Italy. I can go to France, and I can trade anywhere in the world. And to me, it's very satisfying to do this because I also get a chance to help you guys thrive and succeed in the market. So anyways, let's actually talk more about this and less about myself, guys. I'm just in an incredibly good mood today because of my coffee, and I'm going to the Vatican City, where I'm going to probably gain a lot of clarity and feel very humbled for what I have. So anyways, daily chart, guys. Let's get right into this daily chart, okay? This daily chart is looking absolutely phenomenal. Now, don't get too excited, guys, right? I know that the foreplay can be very exciting, but if you guys get to the main action, it may not be too satisfying, right? You never know, it can end very abruptly. So we took a look at this doji candle. It's looking pretty beautiful, right? The first one here ended up failing, this hammer type candle, because it just didn't have sufficient volume, right? Take a look at this candle, and then we get a huge bearishly engulfing candle that just ended up selling off. But guys, I don't know if it was capitulation, right? I don't think it was, not quite yet, because the volume is too low, right? And right now, we got about 13 hours left to go during the day. And with 13 hours, which is more than half of the day, okay guys? Did you guys know that 13 hours is more than half of a day? Did you guys know that for every minute that passes by, 60 seconds also goes by? Bet you guys didn't know that. So anyways, we take a look at this volume right here, and what we're seeing is that we have almost reached yesterday's volume in 13 hours out of 24. And then we compare it to the previous day's candle as well, 2 days ago. What we see is we are about 2/3 of the actual volume. So does this mean that the bulls are not capitulating, but they are actually interested at this specific price point? Lots of questions to be asking right now, right? Let's go to the overall market cap and see where this bad boy is trending. We're obviously trending below the $140 billion market cap right now. A safe number would have been over $250 million, maybe 300 billion. Bitcoin dominance is still well more than half. That's phenomenal, right? Of course, let's take a look at the volume now, okay? Go to historical data after you guys click on Bitcoin here, and what you're going to see most likely is the volume picking up, right? 2 days ago, we were at $6 billion. Today, or yesterday, we were at 4.5 billion, but today we're over $5 billion already for Bitcoin being traded, which implies that the 24-hour volume has highly exceeded yesterday's volume already, which is incredibly important to validate and respect, because it could imply that the bulls are actually stepping in right now, hence the potential doji and candle doji and hammer candle that could potentially be forming. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys after this the psychological factor of this doji candle, right? We have to think of the market such as a sine wave or a cos wave that oscillates up and down, and there's always a tension between the bulls and the bears. Bulls like to buy low and sell high, right? They like to believe that you profit on the uptrend by buying cheap and selling high. Bears have a very different mentality, like me, who are very pessimistic in the market. What we want to do is we want to accumulate more for the exact same price at a lower price, right? For the same amount of capital, we want to accumulate more quantity. And we also short sell because we're pessimistic traders that believe that we can profit on the downtrend. So there's always a tension of the bulls and the bears, and a doji candle is very implicative that there's tension that's happening. And usually on the downtrend, if there's a doji candle, it will imply that the bears simply cannot drive down the price any lower, and that the bulls are defending, right? Think of it as two teams always that are going back and forth. And because they're going back and forth, when there's a major rally, right, and the bulls can't push it up anymore, depending on the price action that the candlestick analysis can dictate, it could easily show that the bulls have given up and the bears are starting to defend successfully rather than just giving up entirely. And eventually when you push one team, like any other sport, to one side, for example, whether it's football or as in like soccer, right? Soccer or basketball or hockey, there's always going to go back and forth, but one side could be dominating much more. We take a look at the volume now, right? We're absolutely picking it up, guys. So I'm incredibly happy with this $5 billion volume right now. I'm just seeing how much time. It's been 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes for this technical analysis already. My apologies, guys, for taking a little bit long, okay? Let's get into this right now. Let's go back to here. So guys, doji candle is looking really good. I'm not even gonna bother, guys, with the technical analysis for Elliott wave right now because it could be ridiculous, right? I mean, for all that we know, this could be an ending fifth wave diagonal. So we're gonna keep this to an RSI analysis, and we're also going to keep it to a MACD analysis with price action as well. So what I am seeing here for the very first day, guys, for the first day since literally October the 31st, okay? The last time we saw a histogram ticking upwards, and for those that are always asking me, what are your histogram settings? My histogram and MACD setting is actually default. It's just the way I customize it that makes it look like it's not default. I've got 12 and 16 moving average, and my style is I choose columns, okay? And this is the normal one that you guys see, the line, you see, where is it here? You see maybe area? No, you see area with breaks. You see that or something, right? Area with breaks. I choose mine to column. I also increase the intensity of it and make the line a lot thicker as well. So guys, right here is where you see the first histogram tick upwards, right? Now that's significant because today we are actually seeing a higher low on the histogram, which is like we saw one right there barely. So we have to get basically 2 days, in my personal opinion, of a positive histogram tick upwards. And if we get a positive histogram tick upwards, well, that's going to imply some sort of bullish momentum that we're actually carrying over. And also, if you compare this point with this point right here, what you're seeing is clearly the second point right here, the most current daily candle, is actually a lower low. And because it's a lower low, what we're seeing here is we're seeing a higher low on the actual RSI. Now that is a sign of bullish divergence, where price action is dictating a lower low, but relative strength index is indicating that it is gaining strength. And RSI is by far one of the most real-time technical analysis indicators that can give you a gauge of instantaneous momentum changes, especially on the daily, because it's indicating it on a very large degree. Now on a 16-hour chart, we're just seeing doji after doji after doji. Look at this volume, guys, in this 16-hour candle. It is huge compared to the previous 3 candles right here, right? This one looked like it was going to be a support candle, but capitulation happened right there. Bam! Bearishly engulfing candle with a huge wick. We see 2 days or 2 16 hours, which is making 32 hours, which is 1 day and 8 hours there. We assume that, hey, they can't really drive it below the 4,300 range. But of course, we ended up upticking a little bit and bam, we break that back down. But we're seeing this volume picking up much more than the previous 3 16-hour candles, which is 48 hours, which is actually 2 days, right? So that's quite an achievement right now with about 4 hours left to go. And we also take a look at it on the MACD. It's so OPP, yeah, you know me. So you take a look at the histogram tick up right here as well, okay? And you also take a look at the RSI that's actually gaining some sort of momentum going upwards, right? The way that I see this in particular is I like to draw curvatures, okay? For those math geeks out there, right? You like to draw just kind of curves in general. And you say to yourself, what kind of curvature are we going to get? Is it going to become a concave or convex type of shape, right? That's going to end up going upwards. Is it going to form something like that? That's just going to conform to these lines and we end up moving upwards. So to me, these are a lot of questions that I'm asking today. We see histogram ticking upwards once again on a 16-hour. On a 12-hour, we're definitely seeing it tick upwards. Now, there's a few different types of ticks. There's one that is going upwards like that, which is a linear type. This one here is what we call a y equals to the e to the exponent of x for you math geeks out there. It's a parabolic exponential function, right? So exponential functions, it can just, skyrocket like that. When they say something is moving exponentially, it's just going upwards, e to the x, right? And then there's the other one as well, which we don't like for an uptrend. We don't like it like that, okay? It's something like that, okay? Something like that, where it's curving upwards, because if that happens, then it could just end up curving back down, right? And we don't want that. So this one here is looking like it's a very uniform shape in general, and it's looking like it's consistently moving upwards, right? So once again, guys, I know you're dying for an Elliott wave technical analysis, but that's not something I can offer you right now, because to be quite honest, guys, when in Rome, it's date night every night. So I'm sorry, guys, but you guys are coming entirely last right now, and I'd rather explore the city and see what's going on. Now, I know you guys are really upset that I'm not giving my baby whales some attention, but no, guys, know that I love you guys a lot still, okay? Just a little bit. So we take a look here. Take a look at this right here, okay? This is a beautiful 10-hour candle with massive volume as well for a hammer. So it's looking good, incredibly beautiful. And now, what is different about this candle? Okay, this candle right there. Okay, let's just go to the 10-hour chart. What is the difference between this inverted hammer and these ones there, right? Well, if you compare the peaks of this low to this low, well, is it bullishly diverging? Absolutely not, okay? We look at the 10-hour, man, is it so close to crossing over? We look on the 8-hour, is it ever close to crossing over as well? We look on the 6-hour, we're gaining strength all across the board, right? It's gaining strength from that low. It's gaining strength from that low as well. We're getting a series of lower lows. So it's looking really beautiful to me right now, but the bulls need to step it in right now, guys. They need to step it in. Step it up. We're getting slight little histogram ticks up right now, but man, oh man, do the Bulls have a lot of work to do. And I don't know about you guys, but this is like the NBA playoffs right now, where it's the finals, you know, and it's 3-3 in the series, and it's a very, very, it's gonna come down to the buzzer shot, right? It's intense right now. I believe that this could be the ending fifth wave diagonal that's actually forming as well. So an ending fifth wave diagonal goes something like this for all you Elliott wave technical analysts out there, right? We're getting an ending fifth wave diagonal, which is also known as a falling bullish wedge. So if we get a falling bullish wedge where it's creating slopes to come down like this on the support and the resistance, it breaks up to the upside. Now to the downside, we're talking about a rising bearish wedge, also known as an ending fifth wave diagonal for the upside, or a leading first wave diagonal. So if we're getting momentum, right, as we're getting lower lows and we're getting RSI strength getting higher lows, it's a really good indication that something and a reaction could happen very soon. Now the way that I would be looking at this is an extended fifth wave, right? I've got no other choice but to take it from this specific Fibonacci. You guys know what they say about Fibonacci, Fibonacci, Fibonacci. So, you know, you guys know my favorite song, right? When we're doing Fibonacci extensions tools, right? Fibonacci retracement. I heard there was a secret tool that Philakone played and it pleased the fool, but you don't really care about Fibonacci, do ya? And it goes like this. From A to B, the minor fall to the major C, and the baffled Philakone composing Fibonacci. You guys know what I'm talking about? Always got to make everything into a song, guys, right? So Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci in general. Just trying to give you guys an example of how to use this over here, right? So we're talking about 382 right here. I mean, I'm still kind of bullish on a dead cat bounce, you know? I'm just waiting for it from all these signs that I'm seeing, right? But guys, like I thought that if we broke down the 4,300 range, that we would just shoot down to 4K, and that's still a possibility for this ending fifth wave diagonal. So don't think that I'm always biased towards one side. You guys know that I am incredibly bearish and pessimistic in the market overall, but what I practice more than anything is conservation, right? I'm a very conservative trader, and I'm waiting for confirmation now because I am a swing trader for the next few weeks till at least December 13, December 12. When I go back to my home city, you guys are going to see me back in my kick-ass office with my kick-ass view, with my kick-ass setup, and making some kick-ass profits as well. But for now, guys, while I'm on vacation, unfortunately, we're going to have to swing it, right? So guys, I'm feeling bullish across the board, but I still believe that there might be a chance that we could still possibly hit the 4K regions, and this is where the ending fifth wave diagonal for this last wave could possibly end. I just got to get some more confirmation across the board. We got to break out into some higher highs right now. We got to get more positive histogram ticks upwards. We got to get more volume. We got to get more wicks to the downside. We got to get a better level 2 price action that's dictating a lot of different bulls that are stacking up to drive on the bid side, right? So there's lots that need to be done right now, but I'm digging the way this volume is picking up right here, right? I mean, we're looking at it on a lower time frame as well, and what we're seeing is a possible potential flat that it's actually forming, right? Is this a flat? Is this some sort of flat, guys, that's forming? So I would keep my eye on here as well to see if we're gonna break down below here, or if we're actually gonna shoot up outside here, because we got a short-term interim resistance that's been established for the past 3 days now already. So anyways, I want to give you guys my quick thoughts right now. I'm very tempted when this breaks to actually add to my long position. I think my base price honestly is now like 4,600 or something, 4,700. So I'm actually down quite a bit right now, which I'm not shy to admit to you guys, right? I just don't have, I haven't even taken out my two-factor authentication phone yet to even log into my Bitfinex account once yet since I got here to Rome, but it's something I'm definitely going to do to be transparent with you guys guys, because I'm not a fake trader, as you guys know. I'm literally one of the, if not the only, one of the only transparent traders who has a freaking public track record of all of my trades, which you guys can add, and also a video as well, right? You guys remember back in November when I held a 90.1% win rate? That was some pretty good stuff, and when I predicted Bitcoin Cash to literally the dollar, right? Bitcoin Cash profit is what they say, guys. BCH, baby. So anyways, I do believe that we could get some sort of uptrend to around the 4,200 ranges. But if we drop, guys, ending fifth wave diagonal, you know, 4K ranges, maybe a wick to 39. But overall, I'm feeling very confident that the daily, at this specific moment, if we hold for the next 13 hours, we could possibly end up reaching the 5133 regions. So anyways, I'm going to get going, my baby whales. I'm going to get ready. Hey, Sarah, you almost ready?
I'm ready.
Have you been waiting long for me?
No, not at all.
She probably thinks I'm so weird, guys. Making all...
You're quite the freak.
Yeah?
I enjoy it, though.
Yeah, I'm quite the freak, huh, Sarah? You don't want to give my viewers any bad ideas, okay? She's referring to the stock market, just so you guys know, okay? I'm kind of a weird guy in general. But anyways, where are we going today, Sarah?
To the Vatican.
Yeah, we're going to go to the Vatican, and then we're going to search for a super nice restaurant. I've got my sparkly shoes, guys, okay? I got my sparkly shoes today. My friends in Winnipeg, I'm a very straight guy, as you guys don't know probably, right? I know you guys think a little bit weird things about me, but I'm super straight. There's nothing, you know, I'm not saying I'm not being like in any way weird, right? But my friends, they like to compliment my clothes all the time, and they're like, Phil, your clothes, they look a little bit gay. Where did they come from? I'm Canada, by the way, guys. I'm Canadian. And I'm always like, of course, they came right out of the closet. So I'm just loving these shoes all the time. But anyways, I hope that didn't offend anybody. You guys probably know my sense of humor is a little bit outrageous by now. And are we going to get lunch right now, darling?
Absolutely.
What are we going to get for lunch?
Definitely cappuccino.
Oh, we're going to get a cappuccino for lunch. And you craving a pizza or what, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go get lunch. Guys, Mama Whale is gonna go get amazing lunch here in Rome, Italy, and take out Sarah, or she's gonna take me out actually. And then I'll see you guys later in the evening. Keep you guys up to date. Stay extremely cautious of this resistance that could possibly break out of the channel. Stay even more cautious of capitulation and us dropping below this short-term 4-day flat that we're seeing so far. 4K is going to be a very important psychological number, just like every increment of $500. If we break and hold this daily candle and we get a little bit more momentum and strength in the market, there's a really strong possibility that we're going to get a dead cat bounce to 5133. And you guys know what? If Tom Lee is saying possible $15,000 by the end of the year, I mean, you guys got to acknowledge the fact that we are incredibly low on the daily RSI, right? How low can you go, shorty? Right? I mean, I don't believe that a song like let it fall, can't hold it up anymore is going to really apply to this market, right? We're at 12 RSI, guys. And you know, what goes up must go down, and what goes down will eventually go up, in my opinion. I don't think that we're actually going to go to zero and see some major capitulation. So guys, those are my thoughts for the day. I hope that you've enjoyed this technical analysis video. I'm very grateful that you guys follow me and appreciative of everything that you've done for me. And it's my what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Help me out here, okay? It's my pleasure to be able to provide you guys with these types of technical analysis daily. So make sure you guys are following me on Twitter. Make sure you guys are subscribing to me and clicking that bell on both Twitter and on YouTube. Make sure you guys are following my travels here in Europe as well on Instagram. And I look forward to seeing you guys more in the future. Have yourselves a great day. And one more thing I wanted to mention, guys, okay? I'm having a support group. It's going to be a kick butt support group, okay? And the charge is going to be about $200 for 4 months of solid support, where I'm going to put you guys in a chat room with me, and it's going to be a very limited amount of people. And we are going to talk a lot about mentoring you guys, or I'm going to mentor you guys as best as I can. You guys are going to get lots of one-on-one time with me because it's going to be a very limited amount of slots. And why is it only going to run for 4 months? Because you won't need my mentorship after 4 months, because you're going to be a very self-sufficient trader that is going to know how to fish. I don't believe in handing fish to people because you can only feed them for a day. You guys know my philosophy, right? I'm going to turn you little baby minnows into sharks in the market where you're going to be able to make these decisions yourself. And the best part of this support group will be you guys come prepared with your own technical analysis, and we are going to Discord it and we are going to criticize it to death. And I'm going to give you guys loose financial advice, okay? And I'm going to be able to help you guys with targets and talk about risk to reward scenarios in high detail. Basically, the gist of this support group that will run for 4 months for $200 is you guys are going to get my time, a lot of my time, to be able to ask any technical analysis question regarding to course 1 and 2, and you will be able to come forward with me with your technical analysis for the coin that you are trading with loose financial advice. I think $50 a month is a phenomenal deal, and I can almost not guarantee, but I can promise that the 4 months is going to exponentially propel you to the next level of trading. So anyways, it's time for a lunch date. Have yourselves a great day, guys, and take care. Bye now.